sitting at 23-1 because they got the MVP. Simple as that. But you got to show love to AJ Mitchell too, because dude stepped in and straight up held it down. 17 a night, 2 steals, constant pressure. He's been that spark plug that keeps him running. And honestly, that's why OKC got a real shot at touching 70 wins again. This depth is wild. But picture this for a sec. What if I told you there's a squad destroying the league so easily that their best player barely even hits the floor in fourth quarters anymore? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cooking defenders like it's practice. Step back jumper, cash. Another night, another bucket, another game where he barely breaks a sweat. This team owns the best clutch rating in the league and the filthiest defense we've ever recorded. And the scary part, they ain't even close to maxed out. Look, I'm not skipping past that 21-1 start just for the stats breakdown, because 21-1 is our win at least 21 of their first 22. That's rare air. Even the legendary Bulls, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Phil, all that greatness, even they took 2 L's in their first 22 during that 72-10 season. This Thunder team is putting themselves in the rooms with the 2015-16 Warriors at 22-0, the 93-94 Rockets at 21-1, and the 69-70 Knicks at 21-1. Among those squads, the Warriors broke the all-time wins record, and the Rockets and Knicks, champions, all 3. And remember, last year, OKC went 68-4 on the way to the title. Only 6 teams in league history had ever touched 68 wins before them. So is it wild to think they can push for 74? Honestly, not even a little. Their roster continuity, the reps, the natural jump from their young core, everything lines up. The idea they could put together the best regular season in history ain't far off. And the numbers, yeah, they backing it. OKC leads the league in defensive rating, giving up just 105.2 points per 100 possessions. That's 6.4 fewer than the next closest team. They're not just defending, they're straight up erasing people. You know those stretches where they go on a 12-0, run off pure chaos, jumping lanes, poking steals, turning defense into fireworks. Those runs break even the most composed veteran teams. They also lead the league in net rating at 15. That would be the best ever. Not tied, not close, shattering the old record of 13.4 from the 95-96 Bulls. Last year's Thunder posted the second best marks ever at 12.8, and even those 73-win Warriors didn't finish with the best rating in the league. The 67-win Spurs with Duncan, Parker, Manu, Kawhi, and Aldridge beat them by a whole point. But this season, ain't nobody pushing OKC like that. Detroit 17-5, Lakers 15-5, Rockets 14-5, Denver and San Antonio both 15-6. All solid records, but none of them close to OKC's level. Calling the Thunder the title favorite honestly feels like an understatement. As historic as this run already is, the engine behind it is just as crazy. SGA just logged his 94th straight 20-piece, trailing only Wilt's 126. He's sitting second in the league in scoring and making it look casual. And here's the wild part. He's been even better than during his MVP season. Efficiency jump everywhere. 2s, 3s, rim pressure, free throws, all career highs. More playmaking, more control, more everything. And he did it while missing his number 2 shot creator for most of these games. Defense is throwing full traps at him nightly, and he's still slicing them up. But there's only one number they chasing right now, 74. That's the bar, that's the target, and they're right on pace to hit it. They're not just chasing history, they're treating it like it's right there in reach. Hitting 70 wouldn't even feel like some crazy leap compared to last season, because they already hit 68. Everything is aligned. Focus, chemistry, depth, coaching, execution. This team moves like a machine that got 0 rust on it. Mark Daigneault said it best before the 21st win. Someone asked how a team with barely any flaws could even improve. His response, all the stuff we've done well doesn't carry over. Tonight's a new opportunity. Better team wins. That mindset is why they ain't slowing down. It's the same tone he had when they were tanking, when they hit the play-in in 2023, when they took the 1 seed in 2024, and when they steamrolled the league on the way to last year's title. And somehow this 21-1 run is happening while missing their second best player for a big chunk of the season. Jalen Williams, 24 years old, fresh off his first All-Star nod, he missed the first 19 games recovering from a torn ligament in his right wrist. His shooting hand, his whole offseason wiped out. So out of boredom and frustration, he started training with only the left, built an offhand jumper like it was nothing. But OKC being OKC, they already had a sleeper ready, AJ Mitchell. 23 years old, drafted 38th out of UC Santa Barbara, traded to OKC on draft night, and dude had a full-blown breakout while J-Dub was out. Over those first 19 games, 15.9 points, 3.8 assists, 3.6 boards, 1.7 steals. He didn't just fill a role, he carved one out. And the defensive core, yeah, exactly what you'd expect. Lou Dort being a brick wall, Kason Wallace gluing himself to guards, Alex Caruso causing pure chaos, Aaron Wiggins the ultimate plug-and-play piece, and Hartenstein plus big Jalen Williams let Daniel toggle between massive double big looks or full 5-out spacing. Two totally different play styles, same dominance, but there's one dude still weirdly underrated in the middle of all this. Chet Holmgren, SGA streak, gets headlines, the defense gets love, but Chet has been absolutely vital to this whole start. He's at 18.4 points, 8 boards, and leads the squad with 1.4 blocks a night. At 7 feet 1 inch, he's their second leading scorer behind SGA. And even if he ain't taking MVP level volume, he's been more efficient. 56% from the field, 12th in the entire league, and of the players above him, only 3 score more. He bumped his free throw percentage to 81, up from 75.4 last year. That efficiency made him a legit go-to option while J-Dub was recovering. Last season, when the roster was whole, Chet was clearly the third option, but with Williams out for 19 games, Chet slid into the number 2 role effortlessly and dangerously. Yeah, OKC's played the easiest schedule so far, but now they face the league's toughest remaining slate. If they want to flirt with history, they got to avoid even the tiniest bit of complacency. Their only loss was a 2-point slip to Portland on November 5th, an outlier more than anything. But when you're chasing 70, 73, or even 74 wins, you don't get nights off. And Steve Kerr, who coached the 73-win Warriors and played on that 72-win Bulls team, he knows exactly what that grind feels like. When asked what it takes to sustain that level, he didn't talk talent, he talked mindset, being tough, connected, zero agendas, just hooping to win every single night. And when you watch OKC, you see that same DNA, no complacency, no championship hangover, no entitlement, just a young team suffocating everybody in front of them. They've got the MVP, the defense, the depth, the coaching, and somehow even more draft capital on the way. The Oklahoma City Thunder aren't just the future of the league. They're the present. They're the standard. They're the ones rewriting what dominance looks like. And the craziest part, they don't act like any of this is guaranteed. Not the wins, not the streaks, not the records. Every night, they show up with the exact same edge, the exact same hunger, the exact same willingness to swarm whoever steps in front of them. SGA is playing the best basketball of his life, but it's not just him carrying anything. It's a system built around speed, pressure, intelligence, and discipline. The whole roster moves like every possession means something, like every loose ball is a chance to break the game open. Their identity is pressure, not random pressure, calculated pressure. They force turnovers at a league best rate, and they protect the ball at one of the best rates too. That combination is what makes them suffocate teams, and when they run, when they get downhill off steals and long rebounds, the game is over before teams even realize what happened. It's not flash, it's not luck, it's not fluky shooting, it's complete control on both ends, and the league can feel it. Teams walk into OKC games knowing they're facing something different, Something faster, something sharper, something younger, but somehow more disciplined than almost everybody. And when you think about this franchise's journey from Westbrook, Durant, Harden, the heartbreaks, the rebuild, the picks, the patience, it makes sense why this version of OKC is so locked in. They built this foundation piece by piece with intention, with purpose, and now they're seeing the payoff of every tough decision. This roster, it's loaded with players who fit perfectly together, no ego clashes, no bad attitudes, just hoopers who understand roles, communicate on defense, and attack every possession like it matters. And that culture didn't happen by accident. It came from the coaching staff, the front office, and the players buying into the same message: improve every day. Mark Daigneault set the tone years ago. Nothing carries over. Every game is its own challenge. And the team adopted that mindset so deeply that even after winning a championship, they still play like a group trying to prove something.